Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is my Awakened DLC, Pure Survival Mode video walkthrough. This is the second part to Requiem, the first chapter, and we are back in the Dead Space 3 universe. So at the beginning of this, as soon as you trigger those tentacles, if you run back over here, you're going to get on top of a really sneaky spawn of twitchers. There's 3 of them, they come from behind you, and if you rush back down here, you can catch them as they spawn and take advantage of them as opposed to it happening the other way around. If done correctly, you can get rid of them super quickly, and that is one of the more trickier sections dealt with, because twitchers, for me, are one of the most challenging enemies on the game. And it's just because of how fast they move. You know, anything that moves as fast as they do is a threat in a game where, you know, feasibly you can die in seconds if you make mistakes. But the Seeker rifle, even though I'm giving you a really bad demonstration on how to use it, is very powerful, and it takes out the tentacles extremely quickly. I thought this was quite interesting because it's an extension of what you were doing at the end of the game, which felt a bit contrived there. At least here it's justified because you've been doing that before. That right there, I don't know why the force gun wouldn't fire, but it didn't, and I ended up getting clocked. But as you can see, Pure Survival Mode is set to hard difficulty, and hard difficulty on this game is a joke. It really is, you know. I don't understand it. I think it should be a difficulty level unto itself, because it's meant to be a survival, and it really isn't. But that begs the question, you know, what do you do to make this a more feasible difficulty? Because if you make it too extreme, you run the risk of alienating the players that you want to experience it. But make it too casual, and it's kind of redundant. And I don't know what I would do to fix it, personally. It's definitely something I'd like to analyse with some friends. You know, look into how we would do it as gamers who have experienced, you know, numerous different experiences in games, and to see how we would probably try and pitch a way of making it a valid difficulty. Because I do think it's interesting, the concept of having to survive on a survival horror game that's extremely tainted by action nowadays. But there's a couple of weird things in this DLC. The soldiers, when they're doing the chanting, there's a few instances coming up later on where there's rooms filled with people, and at some point they do attack you, and you know they're going to attack you, but you've got to go into the middle of them to trigger it, and I hate that. You know, Isaac would not shoot a guy. You know, I would shoot the dude as soon as I saw him. I'd shoot all him and his friends before they had a chance to do anything. I really would, because at the end of the day, human life doesn't mean shit when everyone else is getting up after death and trying to murder you. Yeah, this section right here, if you just do what I did there, it looks very dangerous, but it's actually very simple. Just balls to the wall, run through the sequence, you'll get to the ladder, you'll save all your ammo, and that is quite a long and quite a dangerous encounter with really strange looking stalkers. They kind of look like regenerators. But that could be a 10-minute fight that I just bypassed. And if you want the pure challenge, to use a better word, you could stay and fight it, but it's unnecessary. And the first time I played through this DLC, the game gave me the foam hand cannon thing, which I felt was hilarious, because, you know, giving you that, it's almost teasing you to use it, and that weapon is just nuts. Absolutely nuts. I mean, it's got ammo, but 10,000 rounds? I don't think I've ever fired 10,000 rounds in any game. Maybe Perfect Dark on the N64, but aside from that, you're not going to shoot that many rounds. Not on a Dead Space. There's not enough enemies. But we're back at the bench once again, always stuck up on ammo, always stuck up on medpacks. Buy some more upgrade chips if you want to. It's pretty much up to you and how you decide to play. But this achievement's worth 50G, and I think that's as much as beating the game on hardcore is, which seems strange, seeing as how this takes about an hour, and that at least takes, you know, a couple of hours and can be quite nerve-wracking if you're not backing up your save. But this game just isn't as hard as Dead Space 2, I don't think. They definitely throw more necromorphs at you. They definitely throw necromorphs that don't stun. They also throw the fastest the necromorphs have ever been. But in the grand scheme of things, there aren't as many areas of this game that stand out as really challenging as the previous ones. For me, anyway. I probably should have edited out these doors, because they seem to take forever to open. And there's a reason behind that, because it's hiding loading. But now we've met up with Carver, we need to fuel this plane, and you're going to get introduced to this very strange screen effect. There you go. Whenever the screen is like this, it means you're going to get attacked by these, I assume, female necromorphs. Because in the previous games, the female necromorphs could spit, and these ones spit at you. So, when you kill them, they vanish for some reason. They only take one shot from the Seeker. The force gun will knock them over, and when they're all dead like that, it goes back to normal. One thing that's kind of shitty, they don't seem to drop resources, so the ammo that you spend killing them, you'll never get back, which is a bit of a shame. But they do more damage than you think they would, so be careful, because that spit is obnoxious. And look at that, it's so cheap at times, just tease you with a little flicker. But you will have to kill them, and I think it triggers as you get close to the ladder. Yeah, there you go, this is the fight, so use whatever tools you want to use. Seeker gun destroys all. There you go, one over there, take him out. I can hear them behind me, so I know, just reload, get my bearings, spin around. Just try not to be ever directly in front of them, directly in line with them, or you will get hit. And, you know, we've been circle strafing ever since games allowed you to move on a different platform, so you should all be well versed in the art of the strafe. But there's a couple of these little crazy dog tentacle things, so kill them, climb up here, and this will be the end of the first chapter. There's 2 more to follow, and the next ones coming up are significantly shorter than this one. So, is it worth the money? I'll let you be the judge. Thank you for watching, and you take care now.